Hi, welcome to Vocab Wednesdays, and this is Chris, and today we have commonly confused words. Now, I know we've had this post many times before because there are simply so many confusing words in the English language, and by confusing, I mean they really more or less look the same, and how can you remember the difference between voracious and voracious when there's simply one letter difference, E and the O? So, studying for the GRE can become very depressing and frustrating. So we want to make sure that we can separate these words in our heads somehow. Well, let's start off with voracious at the top here. Voracious means true. Voracious means very, very hungry. Now, sometimes roots can help us. Oftentimes they condemn us. In this case, ver means truth. That comes from the Latin for truth. So this maybe you've seen the word veracity, and that's simply the noun form of voracious. Vor, well, think of the word devour or omnivore. It has to do with eating, and if you devour something, you're very, very hungry. Of course, devour is spelled O-U-R, but nonetheless, similar root. And so voracious, very, very hungry. No matter how much you eat, you still want to eat more. Okay. Now in that case, we use roots to help us out there. Here, vilify versus vivify, again, just one letter difference. This time it's a consonant that's changed from an L to a V. To vilify, we're going to come up with a clever mnemonic. So notice here, in front of the V, if I put an E there, evil. Well, if you vilify someone, you say evil things about them. You slander them. Maybe you say, you're evil. And so that is vilifying. So evilify maybe is a mnemonic to help you. Make sure you don't confuse this word with vivify. Think of vivacious, another common GRE word. Vivacious is lively, full of energy. So vivify means to bring to life. So vivify, give life to, versus to say evil things about it. Next classic confusing pair is ponder and ponderous. And GRE definitely likes this one. They'll test ponderous, and the test taker will think, oh, ponderous must relate to ponder. Ponder means to think about, to ruminate. Ponderous means moving in a very unwieldy fashion because you're weighed down, right? Very heavy. So think about pounds. If you have a lot of pounds, I weigh 500 pounds, you're going to move in a ponderous fashion. Whereas ponder up here, maybe sometimes you say, oh, I'm going to weigh in on the matter. I'm going to think about it. So you can see pound and weigh, that there is this overlap in the words themselves. However, when you think of the actual definition, the first thing that comes to your mind, if you think ponder, you need to think, and then you apply it to ponderous, you're going to be in trouble because the two words are very different. And then finally, we have feckless versus reckless. Now, these are very different words. The other words I just showed you, the confusing pairs, words differ maybe with the vowel or somewhere in the middle, a consonant differ. Here, though, it's the very first letter, so you can see these words definitely aren't related root-wise, but nonetheless, they get tangled up in our brains, especially when there's simply just one letter difference. So now, what is the difference between feckless and reckless? Well, if you're feckless, you're lazy, you're idle, you're ineffective, you just can't get the job done. So to have feck, on the other hand, and I didn't just swear, please YouTube, do not censor that, but feck is a Scottish word meaning that you can do something, you're diligent, you work hard at it. Of course, feckless is the opposite. You can't get anything done. You're idle. Now, this, of course, has nothing to do with reckless. So if you're reckless, you don't pay heed to what's going on. You drive a car off the road, and has nothing to do with feckless. However, test day, you're stressed up, or you're stressed out, and you think, uh-oh, feckless, does that mean reckless? It does not. And as long as you're not feckless in learning your words, and you have a lot of feck, again, so archaic Scottish, probably not going to be tested on the GRE, probably because it also sounds like a swear word. But if you are not feckless and you study diligently your GRE vocabulary, you will not mix these two up, nor any of the other confusing words I showed you today. Good luck.